Hi everyone, this is Sheena from For the Love of Paper, and I am doing the Alphabet Ephemera series, and this week is index cards. So I have a couple here. I decided I'm just going to kind of wing this. So I do have two that I already coffee dyed for sake of not running the heat tool too long. So these two are obviously just as white as this one. I coffee dyed them. This is a vintage, older index type ledger card. So I'm going to use that, but I'm going to keep it as is because it already has a nice patina to it. So I'm going to do coffee dye this one and vintage these up a little bit, and then we'll decorate them. So this is just a way, if you don't have the vintage colored index cards, you can add a little color to your own. So what I have here is a cup of instant coffee that I brewed. I think I brewed it on Saturday because I wanted it to sit. It gets a little bit thicker as it sits, so then that's where you get the dark to it. And that's what I prefer. I'm being very haphazard with this. There's no special skills for this. I know some people dunk theirs. I tend to have a better result if I do it this way. And just like putting that down, it already made a mark on there. So I'm going to grab my heat tool here, and I'm just going to use it to dry this one off. So it's going to run and I can't pause, so you'll hear that. And I'm actually going to hold it away a little bit because my heat mat, I don't want it to curl my heat mat, which I've done numerous times. You'll see it curls, but it will flatten back out. This is a pretty thin index card, so it shouldn't take very long at all. All right, so that's actually done already. And you can see it's splotchy, which I like. Something else I'm gonna do to all three and then heat dry is I have this, like, I don't know if it's for medicine. I don't know what it's for. I found them on Amazon in a pack of 12 and it was only a couple dollars. So what I do is just like suck up a little bit of the coffee. And I'm just gonna drip a couple spots. Can move them around a little bit to make them, oh yeah, a little bit bigger. Spit out a couple of those little spots. This one over here is getting it. The vintage one is getting it some too, but it's okay. So I'll dry this side and then I'll do the other side. This will just take a second. I'm intentionally doing that because I think that the dots will dry a little bit faster if I stick them down. And that's kind of what I want, is just like a messy look. Okay. So you can see those two are pretty good, dry already. I'll go ahead and, this one actually isn't that bad. All right, so there's those three. I don't think I need to dry that. I think that's fine. But something else I'm gonna do is get a distress spray, and actually I don't want a distress spray. I want, well, actually I think this will be okay. Distress oxide spray is what it is, and it's in gathered twigs. So I just want to make sure what the other color is. So I don't want that one. So I'm going to gingerly, gently spritz a little on both sides, and that other one's still getting some up there, which is fine. And because it's an oxide, I don't know how the spray bottle's spraying. Let me spray it into my trash can and see if it's a stream or it's nothing. I'm trying to get it to be like a full mist. I know this thing works. There we go. Very messy. Doesn't need to be anything. Neat and clean. That's part of this grunging these up. So I'm gonna dry this now that I put the oxide and the water together. So you can see that's just adding a little texture. This one probably just needs a little bit of drying. There we go. I think those are done. Hopefully that's the end of the heat tool, because I really don't like running that since I can't pause and you have to hear it. It's just distracting. So I'm going to get rid of this paper I put down now. Just so you can kind of see. This one has some splatter on it, but that's fine. So this just adds a little bit of grunginess to what we had started with. And that was simply coffee, the gathered twigs, distress oxide spray, and water. Just using it in different ways. So I want to do that one last because that right there is still a little damp. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have these like splatter spots, clear stamps. So I'm going to use Archival Ink Coffee. Ew. Looks like something happened to that. and just see if I can add a little bit. Of spots to this. And I'm purposely not trying to put the whole thing down. I technically don't like that look right there with them 3 solid circles like that. So I might have to cover that up. But just adding a little something to it. Maybe that's not that bad. I could be being dramatic, but. All right, so that's a way you can use your stamps and add a little bit to it too. So what I want to do now is, I think I want to go around the edges with some vintage photo, just because my coughing dye didn't go all the way to the edge, and it also deepens the white edges and frames out the index card a little bit more. So it just gives it a little bit more definition. And I'm coming in a little bit. That's why I flipped it over to the other side, just to frame out this side just as well. So that one's good. You can kind of see the difference between those two, just adding the definition to the edges. And I think I'm going to probably stick with a Tim Holtz theme with these and pull out my Tim Holtz pieces just to decorate them, since they're a little grungy. So there's those two. And then this one. I'm not going to do the already vintage ones, the vintage index card, because I feel like that just takes something that's already at its original, like vintage state, and then it adds like a little bit of unauthenticity to it to me. So I'm not going to add any ink to that. So there we go. And both sides can be wrote on these 3. So what I think I'm going to do with this, there's that one spot right there that hasn't dried, and I actually have a wipe in my trash can. I'm just going to suck that up. There we go. Oh, there's another one right here. There we go. I'm going to fold this in half, and I think I'm going to turn it into a little booklet. That's my intent anyway. So, because this is card, I'll just crease it. There we go. So I'm going to set that off to the side, and then we have these 3. So you can do a bunch of different things to create on these, and then use the back as a journaling spot. I'm just thinking, do I want to cover that big spot? No, I just like it the way it is. I'm just picking which side I want to collage on. I think I'll collage on this side, collage on this side, and collage on this side. Okay. So I'm just gonna pull out my book page. see if anything sticks out in here to me. I'm just trying to think of what I want to do to add a little something to the background. I'm not feeling that. So my Tim Holtz things are, I'm thinking I want to pick out people. So I'm not sure if I can put this up here or not. I'll try and move this coffee. Move them out. And this is my massive Tim Holtz thing. It's separated by Halloween, Christmas. So there's a lot in here. Maybe a solo for the front of that, because it's bigger. And then let's look at these solos here. Move this over a little bit so you can see where I'm digging in here. Sorry for the glare. There's this, where did this go? This man, I think I'll use on one. And then because he's pretty big. And the other two probably have to be more like a mini doll. And those are over here. I think I shared this before, but this is from Amazon. So I like to just be able to dig through things, so that's why I picked this kind of organization. I know these are mini, but I want a bigger of the mini. How about these three little kids? And I need something else. Maybe this couple that fell. I'll use that one. All right. So then move that out of the way. So we have, maybe this one could even be that way. That looks really small on there now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to get a big one out. So let me just, I'm not gonna pull it back up here. I'm just gonna grab one. So I have boys, girl, maybe a girl. I feel like she's got enough going on. Oh, I just about dumped them all. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing. Here we go. There we go. So then that kind of gives us the foundation to see what we're working with. I think I do like them that way. I'm gonna pull another little tray I have in front of me that's full of Tim Holtz pieces, and see what I can find for like the background. add something. And these are from a multitude of ephemera packs that I have just taken apart and put into this box. So maybe that. Let's see what else I have. Some of these are vintage pieces of ephemera here, obviously. I think that takes up too much for the size of what that is. So there's smaller pieces here in the front. What time am I up to? 21 minutes. I'm really going out on a limb and not prepared for how much time this is going to take. So I really need to kind of keep track of my time a little bit at least. I kind of like that that adds a little bit of femininity to it. Sorry. I now live in town and it is a beautiful day, so that would be where that's coming from. I think I like that just because this one I feel like I lose a lot of its image. And I put this here just because I like the color pop. I still feel like he probably needs to be standing on something, so that's not so bad. Actually, I do need something behind her. Can you see her? Preferably something with some color because of that's pretty bland with the colors that are there. I think that's too big. Huh? No? I could cut some of the bottom off so she's kind of in front of the buildings like that and you still can see the border. I think I might do that. Make sure there's not anything else that sticks out to me more that I like a little bit better. That's something similar. I like that building there. Let me just make sure I don't like these flowers behind her. No. Okay. So then we have this one. This one, and I'll cut some of the bottom off. There. And then we have this one. This. I still feel like something bigger could be back there. I'm not sure what that bigger is. These things smell really good since their coffee died. No, I don't like that. It loses too much of what's on there, I think. And let me just check. I do kind of like that. see this one. Oh, he's too dark because then you won't see him. Okay, that's not gonna work. I have this green. Oh, I like that. Gonna completely change directions because I feel like this coffee dyed matches the green better than these two. The color combination just looks better for me. So I'll put these things back in this little box, and then we have, I just saw some circles here. Just want to see if I could put something. It's too big. And then I'm gonna end up chopping it and having a weird shape left. Here's a couple littler ones. I think I like bringing in that black behind it too. So I'll do that one. Yeah. Okay. So we have these little guys. Do I feel like their heads look chopped a little bit? I do. Not sure what would be a better option. Because I feel like they get lost that way. They just look too tiny. What's this? Nope. If you couldn't tell, I wasn't really satisfied with that, so. Nope. Those mushrooms are bigger than they are. There's this public school report card. Which isn't so bad. I still feel like I need color though. And I'm not sure where that's gonna come from. I could cut that in half. Maybe like that. And cut that off. And there's this, what's this little thing? Just to bring that red in. I just bent his head. I hope you guys are seeing that. Okay. That is, I think, where I'm gonna start. So then let's go ahead and I'll cut this down and then we can glue these pieces on. So that should just be enough. Yeah. To have that in the background. And then we can start gluing some of these. I think I just want to see if I add a little vintage photo to her, if it takes away some, like it gives a little bit more of a sepia tone versus that like gray undertone. Yes. Yeah. I think the color just blends much better now. Yep, that's what I needed. Okay, so I'll pull some pages and tear, and then we'll add to that. I think she's gonna probably need something like lace or something to add to that, trim or something. Yeah, so let's just start gluing. And I'm going to use our glitter glue just because it's going to work with most of the textures I have here. Okay. Maybe this could use a little bit of a sepia undertone. I'll just go around the edges. Some things I ink, some things I don't. Just depends. Whenever I make stuff for my Etsy shop, kind of, unless it's definitely grunge, like spring stuff I haven't been inking because I think that can be done. Man, I hope my head was not in that frame. Because that can be done by personal choice. Like once you receive the item. So this is a little bit grungy, so we'll go ahead and add a little bit of color to it. Where's my glue? I think I'll put that off to the side a little bit so it's not centered. And get these little guys on there. Yeah. And I probably have like a word or something I can put on here. Oops. Okay. And I'll save that because I could do something with the other side. So, all right, I'm going to set that one off to the side to dry a little bit, and then I think I'll add something. I might add something to it. Let's go ahead and do this one. These are all pretty thick, so that will also help and to straighten out this. I'm gonna just run it over the edge of my mat. Now what side? It was this side. And that there. Somewhat straight. And then this. I don't drink coffee, but I really like the smell of it. I prefer tea. Oh, that's very off center. That's a little better. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put him on there. He's got something on his foot from my hand. And again, I'll probably put some kind of word or something on this one. Oops. Whoa, that was a lot of glue down there. Seeping from his foot. Just grabbing a wipe, a wet wipe. I finally picked up more of the things that are dry that I use. I can't tolerate these drying out and all the fibers they create. It's a texture thing for me. But this is what I use for dry ones. These are from the Dollar Tree, $1.25. You get 15. They're actually really large, so I chop them into quarters. And the material doesn't leave a bunch of fibers, and they are dry. So, and there's no like kind of solution or anything on these. It's just like a piece of cloth or something. I don't even know if it says what material it is, but yeah, that's what I use. So I picked up that this weekend. All right, so then there's that one. Set that off to the side. Just wondering. I really like that pink. But I'm still stuck on that. No, I'll just keep it. Get over it. Okay. Put that down. Straight preferably. You've got seconds. Slide. My Crocs just squeaked across the floor when I was trying to force that to move. I don't know why this keeps showing up like that. Go away. Must be just the way I'm turning my wrist. Oops, she's not supposed to have that in there. I think I have my camera down too far tonight because I had moved it completely in a different direction. So if my head has been in the frame at all, I apologize because my hair is probably a mess because I went tanning and then just threw it up. Okay. I definitely need something else to this. There's no question about that. What? I don't know. But something has to go on here to add to it. For sure. I'll go ahead and do this one. So those splatters that got onto this one, you're not even going to really notice. Just using that red line as something to kind of keep it straight. If you watch me regularly, I did not do a video Sunday. Yeah, I just, I'm in a position where I have to go to a laundromat now to do my laundry. I was using a dryer that wasn't working, and common sense didn't set in that the dryer that my jeans were in was not working after I continued to put more and more quarters in it. So I was there way longer than I wanted to be. I had a board meeting in West Virginia on Saturday, so I was gone from 5 in the morning to about 7 at night. So that day was out of the question. So I just didn't overthink it, and there was no video Sunday. So I apologize for that if you were looking for one, but it didn't come. So we are here for our Monday video though, assuming that this does not take 5 hours to upload. All right, I need to find something to add to that, and I'm not sure what I want it to be, but it definitely needs something. And because I really hate to lose that whole pink, or most of that pink doily for that. But I do like it. I could make it a little bit higher so that it fits on there like that. Okay. And I might even make it a little bit lower like that so you can see more of that flower. So that adds a little bit of something. This art glitter glue is going to be overkill, but I have it out, so we'll just go with it. stick that up underneath there a little bit. Push it back. It'd be nice if it was down at the bottom. Well, it's stuck, so it's not going to be at the bottom. And I have, let's see, I have this thing of lace right here. Maybe I'll put that down the back of it, just to add a little something. To make that a little bit more like frilly. I don't know what the word is. I just want to see this one because this might be, because it's more cream. Yeah, I like that better than that stark white. Okay. Yeah, it's a little too long. I'm pretty sure this is just from Michael's. Yeah, I like that. I just needed something. Okay, so I'm not sure how I want to glue that down. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a zigzag stitch right down the edge because my sewing machine is right here. Why not? And I'm just gonna connect the two. I am way off the rocker today. This might be a little noisy. Okay, so I just did a little zigzag. I have white thread in there, so I'm just going to add a little bit of I didn't like the way that kind of ended there, so I just wanted to make that more curved. And then I can, oh, I didn't think that through, did I? That's fine. It'd just be like a little, yep, nope, it's fine. All right, so everything is glued. So I'll put the needle back in this before it dries up. And then I think we just need some words or something to add a little extra to these. And I need to grab some papers for this. So I'm just gonna pull from my array of tea dye, coffee dye stuff. There's not really anything special. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. And what time are we up to? 44. This could really take a while to upload. I'm just going to tear these. Yep. This is what it looks like whenever I dip stuff to dye. Doesn't turn out very well. Now this, I had originally dipped it to dye dipped it to dye. That sounds funny. But then I came back in with Brush-Os and sprayed coffee on it, splattered coffee on it, used the oxides. So it added a lot more to it. Even this is tea dyed, but you can't tell, but like right there. I'm just not very successful with that kind of dyeing. So this one's going to be a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I'll put this other one right here. 5. So then that will go inside of there, and what I'm gonna do, I think these two are just a little bit too big. So instead of ripping it, I'll just fold them. Yeah. And I think what I'll do, that's supposed to be like that. So that's in the middle, I think. So I want to see if I can, I'm just thinking how to put this together. Poke a hole, another hole, and I have a needle right here. And sorry if you saw my face. This like cord, that's from the Dollar General. That should be plenty, because all I want to do is just put it through both sides and tie it on the outside. So these all just moved, of course. There's not that many. This is one thing that I am terrible at. Terrible. It makes me sweat. If I'm binding a journal, like a journal, oops, to like a that I'm gonna sell. Ugh, I am just terrible at. I mean, they come out okay, of course, but I just have like this great anxiety when I have to bind a book or a journal together, and like I said, I literally sweat when I have to do it because it's so stressful. Oops, there went my needle. So essentially I put that through, and I'm just gonna tie this in a knot. Maybe I can make this flat. Yeah, tie this in a knot. And then a bow, so that this is then on the outside. So it's like a little booklet, and we can add our words to everything. So these are the 4 that we did, and I'll grab some words. I really hope this does not take forever to upload, but this was fun, and you got to see how you can grunge up some newer, non-vintage index cards if you don't have any that look vintage. So Just looking for, I think because there's that black, putting something black up there will draw the two. And because it's a report card, I'm going to put do your best. Why not? Whoa. I think that will bring those two together. There we go. And this one, let's see. I feel like I have some bigger words, I think. These are singulars, so. Maybe I'll use this, remember this. These are the Tim Holtz, but I took them out of their packages. I pretty much remove everything from its package. That's a thing of mine that I tend to do. So there's that one. I think I'm gonna put a piece of washi here too. I'll do that, whoa, in a second. I want something a little bit lighter on that one. So I have this one, which is the clipping sticker book. I just think these colors will go better. Just looking for something that sticks out. I kind of like that. She kept her word. Kind of gets lost there. Kind of gets lost everywhere. I don't know if that's gonna stay. And I might put a piece of washi up there too on that one. So then we have this one, this one, this one, so we need her. And let's go back to this. Did I just see Adventure Awaits? Yes. Because of that city scene, I think that would be. I'm gonna put it up here and off to the side. I don't like that. Maybe not off to the side as much. There we go. So then there's that little booklet. And you can put pockets in here too, but because I'm now up to almost an hour, we'll let that one go. But I will put the washi tape on these before I finish up, just so you can see what that looks like. For me, it's all about aesthetic, and I just feel like something is needed. I have this pink polka dot. So what I'm gonna do is maybe remove, if I can, somewhat straight. Just add a something a little bit there, like that. I just felt like it needed balance. So there's that, and then this one I want to use black. Sorry for my reach. Nope, that's not black. Get it off of me. This washi tape is stuck to me. This one is black. And just add a little piece along this side. I wonder if I could even tear it in half, maybe. Just so I'm not completely covering up the words. Yeah, I just needed something there. Sometimes I can't explain it, but when you see it, it makes a little bit more sense. So there are the pieces of ephemera from index cards. Oh, they're off a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed this. I definitely went out on a limb, didn't really prepare, and just did a lot of on the fly creating. So if you like this and you want to see more, like and subscribe. The next letter will be G-H-I-J, which is, let's see, journal cards. Well, that's really original, because 3 of these are now journal cards. But I might think of something else, but if not, then we'll stick to generic journal cards. But the next video that will come up will be Wednesday's Marguerite Miller. I'm not going to miss that. And then we'll get back on track next week with journaling, collage journaling. And what I think I'm going to do is start, that's another reason why I didn't do it, because I knew I wasn't going to have enough time, and I wanted to start 2 new ones, and I've had them for quite a while. I just haven't started the creation in them. So that's probably what I will do next Sunday. So I hope you enjoyed this, and that the weather is nice where you are. Like I said, it's super sunny here, and have a great night. Thanks. Bye.